So the purpose of dashboard is if you want to visually represent some data in a Salesforce, we have to take help of dashboards. Let's suppose if you go to any application, let's suppose if I go to sales application, if you see the homepage of this application, you can see this quarterly performance. It's one report. Okay. Today's events, today's tasks. These all are different reports. Okay. To see this kind of data visually, we'll take help of reports. Let's suppose we are having app. Which app we created in this? My first app, right? Let's suppose if
Yeah.
I come to this app, I have to change the home page of this app. Okay. I have to keep some images here, like some dashboard images here. To do that, yeah, here we'll be having home now. We'll check home page. Add opportunities you are working on. Then come back here to view your performance. Okay, so now let's suppose I'll refresh as of today. It's dynamic dashboard. It's nothing. Data is it is not showing data. Okay, no worries. So now what I'll do is I will create one dashboard component and I'll try to add it in a home page and how it will impact we'll see. So now to create a dashboard, however, in a previous session we saw reports. Similarly, we have to create a dashboards. So to create dashboards from an app launcher, I'm typing dashboard. So like in a reports as well, we saw this thing, right? Like creating a dashboard on the top of the report. Similar to that, we can create a new dashboard. So coming to the dashboard also, how we stored all the reports in a single folder. Dashboards also, we can create one folder. So let's suppose my learning dashboards. Let's suppose I'm keeping name like this. Unique folder name by default, it will be come up API name. Now we have created a folder for dashboards. In this folder, I have to create a dashboard. Report folder dashboard. I am creating dashboard now. So initially what I'll do is I'll try to create different dashboards on the data which we created in a previous session. Learning one, basic dashboard. Let's suppose I'm keeping name like basic dashboard and I'm keeping it in some folder, like whatever the dashboard you are creating, on which folder you have to select, you can select the folder. Select folder. All folders. Yeah, I have to store it in my uh, learning dashboard. Select folder. I'm selecting it. Okay. I'm creating a dashboard. You can see once you create a dashboard, it is coming in this widgets. So you can see whenever you see the dashboard, you can see this tile structure. In these tiles, we can add any number of dashboards. Now, what I'll do is in this dashboard, we have to add some report. I'll click on widget, charter table. So what I'm doing is after creating a dashboard component, I am clicking on widget to add some components to this dashboard. So charter table, text, image, whatever you want to add, you can select that. I'm clicking on charter table. So in the charter table, previously we created different types of reports, right? Which reports we created? We created account tabular report, summary report, matrix report. These three reports we created, right? Initially, I'm taking this tabular report. Select. Tabular report means there is no filtering. So as we are having all these options for tabular reports, not tabular report, basically we'll be having all these options. So first option is horizontal bar chart, vertical bar chart, Then next we'll be having this stacked horizontal bar chart, stacked vertical bar chart, line graph, the next donut chart, this metric chart, and this gauge chart. Then next we'll be having funnel chart, scatter chart, and this basic tabular content. So the purpose of this tabular content is like if there is no filtering options present on your data, you can see the data in a clean structure. Like if you want to see specific table, like specific fields and column in a home page, you can do this thing. Okay. Now what I'll do is, if you want to group this data, you can group this data from here as well. Grouping rows or columns, you can perform from here as well. Okay. So now let's suppose I'll group this thing by type. Let's suppose. So if you group this data, you can see customer direct will be having seven records, customer channel you are having 4 records. So if you group this data, you can see, yeah, in this way you can group this data and you can display it. Let's suppose I have to display this data. Now I'm adding it. Once you add this component will be added in your home page. Now, if you want to change the size of this component and anything, you can do it. Let's suppose I'll reduce this tile size. It's more than enough, right? And I'll reduce this table size as well for to one print. Yes, it's sufficient for me. Now what I'll do is I'll save this. I'm saving this. I'm clicking on done. Okay, let's suppose if I go to our app, I have to add it to our home page. So here also, after creating dashboard, you can see we'll be having refresh option and we'll be having edit option, subscribe option. As I told you, subscribe option in the previous session, how we schedule a report, like that only we can subscribe dashboard as well. So we'll get the updates, like whenever the data got updated, whatever the frequency you kept, regularly you'll receive an emails. Daily, or we can go to daily. Daily means regular rate will come. Weekly means weekly, and whatever the days you keep on that day, notifications will come. Monthly means on month, relative date if you keep, or some custom date you keep, specific date or specific date time. At the time you'll receive a notifications. So to whom you want to send a notification, you can add a recipients here. So whoever the recipients, for them this receipts will be shared. Means this dashboard's data will be shared. So from here also you can download this report. Okay. So now what I'll do is, I don't want to subscribe it. Download, save as, new dashboard, change owner, delete. Okay, everything is fine. Edit. So if you click on edit, what are the options we are having? So these are the basic options. After these options, see, you can see display units. So coming to the display units, how you have to display the units. So here by default it is a shortened number, means integer number. So if you want to change that, you can change it from here. Okay, so I'm not touching display units as of now. The next, decimal places, automatic. I'm not displaying any decimal places. Max groups displayed, maximum 100 groups we can display here, like that we kept it here. Subtitle, we are not keeping anything here. Header and footer, we're not adding anything. Component theme. By default, we want to display this component in a white background or dark theme. You can select it. If you keep it in a dark theme, the data will display completely in a dark theme. So as I'm going with a light theme only. So now, I'm not touching anything to this. No. Okay, save, done. So now what I'll do is, in this home page, I have to add this dashboard component. So here you'll be having dashboard option. While going to this home page, I'll drag and drop this component here. Means on loading of the home page, I have to display dashboard, not these all unnecessary components. I'm removing all this. as I am dropping other components. Yes, I'm saving it now. So whenever you have to change the pages, you can come to setup and you can click on edit page. I'm saving it. Once you save this, the once the changes got saved, you have to activate this. So once you are activating, it will ask for which theme or for which location you have to activate it. So do you want to change it for org default or app default? I don't want to change it for org default. I have to change it for app default. So whatever the app we created for that app only, I have to add this home page. So for that, I'm selecting this my first app only, and I'm clicking on next, and I'm saving it. Everything is done. I'm saving it once again. Now I'm coming back. So now if you come to this app, you can see your dashboard component in a home page. You can see it's loading. So it is displaying the data which is available in this dashboard component. As it is a tabular data, we can see this report only. So in this, like if you want to navigate to report, you can click on this report. You can click on this report. If you click on this report, it will take you into that report page. Let's suppose I'm clicking on this. You can see it will take us into the source file, that is report which we created in a previous session. Okay, it is only the report, right, which we created yesterday. It is showing the data. Let's suppose now what I'll do is I'll create another dashboard on a summary report. Like previously we created on a tabular report, right? I'll do it in a summary report now. So I'm editing same dashboard. In this only I have to add another widget. Charter table. So here I'll take summary report first. Now you can see, you can be able to see more options. So display, as you'll be getting this chart, you can display the data like this as well. So for summary, we'll be having few more types, a type of graphs we can use. Why means here we'll be having filtering of data, right? So filtering of data we can display with a different notations. So you can see we can display like this as well. Donut chart also it will work out. So you can see. So for which each and every company you can show that company's capital like this as well. And it's not a perfect one for these. You can show this complete summary report, like means all the company's capital will be displayed like this. Donut chart means each and every company's amounts you will see here. Okay, sum of opportunity values. I'll go with this funnel chart now. What happened? Data got changed completely. Actually, we'll be having less data. That's why it is coming like this. So two different types of opportunity values we are having. That is, one is a test, another one is this test opportunity creation. Okay. Sum of opportunity values. Display like account name, color, color by account name. Yes, we are coloring it by account name. Custom links, we are not adding it anything. Footer and the components, we will see this dark theme. No, light theme is somewhat better. Add. So now I have to add this component beside this component. So you can drag and drop it this side. So you can change the size of the component even. Let's suppose this should be good. So now what I'll do is I'll save it. I have to view the report first. Once we save it, click on done. I have to go to this report now. See, we'll see the data here, how much data we are available. So we'll be having test opportunity and other. We'll be having only two categories. Why? Two pros by account name, as we are having more records, right? This will be having these many records, right? Tested other only. Why these two only coming? Let's suppose instead of that, I'll change it to record count so that we'll get more things. You see, remove chart. I'm removing chart from here. I have to see the data first. Sum of opportunity values and a record count. For each and every opportunity, we'll be having only one records. Okay, no worries. I'll run this. So now I'll go to dashboard. It is the dashboard, right? So I'm opening this dashboard. Refreshing it. View report and summary, like suppose, oh, sorry. Again, I have to edit this dashboard only. So here we'll change the view. So color by account name it is showing now. It have to, yes. You can change these things. Sum of opportunity values it is giving, right? So let's suppose I have to display record count. Based on record count, I have to display how many records available here. I'm going with that. So totally we'll be having 19 records. I'll display it in a donut chart. So for each and every type of records will be having single opportunities only. That's why we are getting record count like 1 1 1 1. Just for coloring purpose, I'm showing these. In future, like you can use it however you want. So I'm saving it. I'm clicking on done. Now you can see if you go to your home page, you can be able to see this stuff now. These two components you'll see on the top. Okay. So if you click on refresh, you'll get a data for this. So you can see, you can be able to see the data. So as you want to resize it, you can resize it from dashboard. Okay. So now once again, I'm going to this. I have to add another component into it. So now I'll edit it. I have to add another widget to it. So now I'll try it on a matrix report. I'm clicking on next. So coming to the matrix report, you can be able to create all the types of charts. Why means it is grouped by rows as well as grouped by columns as well. Whereas coming to the previous things, like previous reports, like you won't be able to see both the things. Okay. So now I'll go with this option. Again, donut chart. I'm going again with the donut chart only. Okay. So now what I will do is tabular means it will be available as is. Like however, whatever the data you are having in a report, if you want to display it as is, you can go with this one. Number, this is a unique number, is like all the things count only. Funnel means same thing. Bar chart for each and every opportunity, how much you are having, it will be displayed in a bar chart. This is also same thing. Actually, these all amounts are small, that's why it is not displaying that much huge bar. Okay, so now let's suppose, yeah, it's also same thing. It will show opportunity amounts only. Which one I'll keep here? Tell me something.
Graph you can clip. Graph.
This one. This.
Mm.
We'll keep this one and we'll. So let's suppose if you want to change any filters, you can change it here. On x-axis, what you have to take. On y-axis, what you have to take. You can keep that thing here. So I don't want to take record count. I'll go with the sum of opportunities. Measure show values cumulative. Cumulative means the sum of all the values it will go, but that's not required for us. Display units and everything I am going automatically. For access names, if you want to change anything, you can change it. Yes, I'm adding it. So by default, it is coming down, right? So what I'll do is I'll adjust it. I'll move it bit less like this. I'll expand it like this. No, it's a bit good for me. I'm saving it. Now I'm clicking on done. So if you go to home page again, you'll see like this from the reports, you can create a dashboards. So you can go through Trailhead module on this and you can try type several options. So for these reports and dashboard, I'll share you few best blogs to practice these kind of things. Okay. And go through Trailhead and try to explore a lot of things. If you struck somewhere, feel free to interrupt me so that I'll help you on that thing. Okay. So now let's suppose, yeah, there it is in the learning, right? As it is our dashboard folder, right? Now I'm clicking on this. We'll see what are the available options. View, edit, subscribe, delete, favorite, change owner. So as you want to change the owner for the dashboard also, you can change it. Okay. So now I'm keeping my name only. So the purpose of changing owner is sometimes we won't be able to access a dashboard, right? So on such cases, if you change the owner, if the report is dashboard is in a private folder, so we can be able to access the dashboard. See, you'll be having share with someone. If you have to share this report, you can click on share option and you can share with the users or roles, role or subordinates or public group. So in future, let's suppose in a real time you are implementing a dashboard. So in a real time, you have to give access to this dashboard for a group of users. At the time, what you have to do is either you can choose public groups or if there is any role hierarchies followed by your organization, you can go with roles or role subordinates. And after choosing the public group or user or like some role and role subordinate, which kind of access you have to provide to them, you can select it. View, edit, manage. Okay. View means they can view the report or dashboard. Edit means they can view and edit the dashboard. Manage means they can able to delete as well. Okay. That kind of sharing you are providing here. So who can access? So basically, whoever having an access, you can see all those names here. Only me, whoever created this dashboard, I only have an access to manager, viewer, edit this dashboard. That's what we can able to see here from the folders. This is about folder accessibility. Okay. Any doubts on this?
Okay.
Yes. So I'll share you blogs. You can go through the blogs. Along with that, you can go through the Trailhead model as well and try to complete admin trail mix as early as possible. Okay. So from the next session onwards, I'll take you into the development things.
Yeah. Okay.